Chris.
Hey, Bryan.
Hey. I got some music to play for you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah. It's by an artist named Ren, and he is a Welsh musician. And this is one of his more recent songs called Money Ties. And I'm just gonna play it, and we'll see how it goes. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores, what a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Bryan. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mugged, punched in his mouth. Money run the gang, thug, drug money, plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make ghosts. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money is, money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
There you have it.
You know, that could have been written by Paul in his first letter to Timothy. In fact, as I was sitting here listening to that, I was like, that's like the modern, that's like he said the very beginning of that song, the little girl speaking. She's quoting, essentially, Paul's letter to Timothy. And so it just felt like this song is like, oh, this would be like Paul was a Welsh rapper, which I never thought I'd ever say.
Yeah.
That that the love of money is the root of all evil. And it's so interesting, and this song is so timely, of course, in American culture, right? Because we're we're about to, in my opinion, see that song play out in real life in many ways. Now, some would argue that we already do,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can't say they're wrong. But no, it was that was great. That was a great song. I thanks for sharing that with me. That's I'll have to find that guy on. Well, I listen to Amazon Music on
He'll be on
my
there.
computer.
He's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
like a modern day prophet.
Oh, very much.
Yeah, yeah. And I'd also say you should look up some of his history too, because it's very interesting.
I'll have to.
He's
I'll
had a
have
lot
to
of
definitely
medical
do that.
struggles. Yeah. Yep.
That's so interesting with his because he talks about money, and nothing in that song said that he said was wrong. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, money is what we make it. Like money can, if you always are living like you don't have enough, you'll never have enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem, I think, in many ways with the rich is they still live with this notion that they'll never have enough, which is why they always want to make more.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why they'll spend as much money as they can to buy politicians to ensure that they make more. So yeah,
Right.
it's just that's an interesting. I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also the other thing that I really like about it is he talks about his sister coming into the world and what perspective that gave him, and what message he was trying to get across to her based on his experience with what's going on in the world.
I think his advice, his encouragement, I called that was encouragement to his
Mm-hmm.
sister. Really should be the encouragement to all of us. Because it's going to be really hard, especially in these next 4 years, to not just get sucked in by that darkness, by that greed, by that anger, by the chaos. That there's a real threat that it'll suck and steal essentially all of our joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the encouragement of don't let that happen. And I think it was interesting. I noted he didn't say just lay low until it passes. It just felt don't let it happen felt just very much more active.
Mm.
Like don't just sit on the sidelines and wait for these next 4 years to pass. Don't just because that'll steal your joy just about as much as anything else. But you don't let them steal your joy by actively not allowing them to. by doing things, by speaking out, by protesting, by however you need to do it, to not let them take it. Because money, the holders of money, the holders of power, if they have a chance, they'll take it. Mm-hmm. And we can't let them take it. Mm-hmm. Period. Because then the words, the faith means nothing.
Right.
So yeah, you know what it kind of reminded me of that as I was listening. He's got sort of a Lin-Manuel Miranda rap vibe to him. Because when I first heard him start, I was like, you could almost put that style into what Miranda did in Hamilton.
Right.
That real quick bouncy way of rapping. That was really fun.
He's also a great musician. Very good guitar player as well.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, that song was just that song was really just great, and I don't mind when there are songs. I love songs like this that sort of speak truth to power. Um, just lays it out there and doesn't. Uh, because I think when we don't push it back, that also gives permission. And it's always an interesting thing because it's not about when we talk about money, and in this kind of song he was talking about money. But anytime we talk about positions of power or even like hate groups, I'm a pacifist by nature. I'm not a fighter, but at the same time, if I ever encounter in person someone who says something like "your body, my choice," like that's been going on post-election, it would be really tempting and really hard for me not to drive that person's head through a wall.
Yeah.
And you sort of get that same vibe from this song. It's like there are things worth fighting for, and we've got to be able to. You can't. Nonviolence and things like that have its place, but you also have to make sure you're standing firm and not allowing people to, especially the rich and the wealthy and the powerful, because they'll let you go. It's a give an inch. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile, almost. And so, yeah, it was. I just love that, and I love the defiance, really, sort of that he expressed in that song. Just that there's that edge, that gritty sort of defiance. He talked about his family growing up, and they had enough, but they weren't rich, and you get the sense of that in this song. That it's not, that he was almost a classic middle class kid. I don't know how old he is, but he feels like kind of a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know what old he is.
I think so. I believe he was, I think it said he was born in 1990. I think. I'll have to take a look, but yeah, I think so. Yep.
1990 what?
I think just 1990.
Okay. Yeah. So he gave that vibe.
Yep.
A little bit older than him, but yeah, that guy he gave the vibe of that. So I love that song. It was really neat.
I like too how he's the world has hit him pretty hard with physical ailments, but also just in general what he's seeing going on in the world. But then he's still seeing the light, and hope is what he's seeing in other people, like in his sister.
Even in the midst of the struggle,
the
struggles, whatever those were.
Yeah,
that song was definitely. I listened to that song and did not come away with it going, man, life sucks. That song ends and you go, okay, all right, yeah. There's a hopeful message in there. I feel better after listening to that song.
Yeah.
And because that there is hope even in the midst of sometimes the hopelessness and despair that I think we get ourselves into. And as of course we all know, the election didn't quite go as many of us would have hoped. And I hope I'm not wrong, but we had to be, the songs like this need to help us gird for these next 4 years. And, there's always going to be these fights. And I think he's such an interesting voice in the midst of it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for listening with that with me.
No, that was great. Thank you for.
And we will do it again.
Absolutely.
Awesome.